Hello and welcome to this session brought to you by the Academy of Practical Accounts in conjunction with your institution. In session 5, we'll look at money capital invested. Now, the objective of this session is to identify and record a document for money capital invested into the business, then trace the double entry and identify the affected reports at the year end. Money capital is money which the owner has invested or surrendered to a business. The business belongs to the owner, but in some perspective, they are separate entities. So with this kind of transaction, we credit the capital account and debit either the cash or bank account, depending on which account has received the money. So in this session, we are going to look at the source document. We look at the recording form, we trace the double entry, and have a brief look at the affected reports at the year end. We shall not be able to look at the monthly reports because all the recordings are being made in a single month, which should be month 12. Now, our source document is this one. Let's drag this one below. It's ticking there. Okay. So that one is our source document, document number 1. Now let's get access to the actual mobile device. Now, the first thing we need to do, we need to determine the financial year and probably set the recording date. So we come to settings here, business name. Now the business name is Market Stall, and it comes with the default financial year, which runs from April to March the following year. Okay, that one is already set. We don't need to do anything to that. And then we need to set the recording date because we need to save some time as far as entering the dates is concerned. So we're going to set it to 30th March 2017. And apparently that is supposed to be the last month of the financial year. So 30th March, and we are reserving the 31st for year-end adjustments. So we click update, and from now on, each and every recording form will come with the date already set. Now this one works in a scenario whereby documents are arranged on a monthly basis, such that we are able to get monthly reports, although we don't have to enter a date from each source document. Now, some people will say we are supposed to enter the date, but ideally we're trying to save time and we're not violating any regulations here. Each and every transaction should be supported by a source document. Now, we are identifying this one as document number 1. You're going to find it among transactions recorded in March, and it's document number 1. So in case of any verification, we should look for document number 1, and the date on that document should be March, even though we may not be very specific as to whether it is the 1st or 2nd or 3rd of March. When it comes to saving time, that one may not be very material, but we're not violating any regulations. Okay, now let's move on to the device. How do we record this source document? Now, the form we're going to use is what we call a 2-entry form. That is form number 6. Now, form number 6 can be used for recording any kind of transaction. Let's tilt the orientation to landscape. So we are saying this form can be used to record any kind of transaction. Let's drag it this way. However, let's see. However, that transaction should not have VAT and requires only 2 entries. Now, for this particular size of business we are looking at, there is no VAT. The turnover is less than 82,000 and it's not registered for VAT. So the date comes because it has already been set. And okay, this particular form doesn't come with a document number, but the other recording forms, as we shall discover, do come with a document number. So we're going to identify this document as number 1. Okay. Now, just 1 second. Saying financial month 9, there's something not right. We need to modify something. Just a second. We need to reaffirm the financial months. So business name and year. We need to click update to, I think we need to click update. When we click update there, it should be registered on all the forms. Now let's go back to our two entry form. Now let's scroll here. Now you realize that the month of March is month 12. Let's have another look here. Okay, now according to the financial year, it starts in April. Now April is month 1, and March is month 12. Okay, so for every form that comes with a date, if any form that comes with a date with a month of March, then the financial month is going to be 12. So that is March, and we scroll to the right. The financial month is 12, and that is the 4th quarter. So we ignore from that point onwards. Now we're going to enter number 1 according to the source document. All right, now let's see the journal. We don't need this column as yet. Now here, owner investment. Now that money is going to end up on the bank account. It was received by bank. So here we click that box and then we type BANK. Now let's scroll up and see that is bank 1. Okay, so that's the first bank account. All right, and where does this money come from? It comes from capital added. So we're going to type CAP. Now the P is not there. All right, yes, account 271. So we don't need to memorize the accounts. All we need is an idea of what is the name of this account. Although in one of the sessions ahead, we shall need to look at the chart of accounts and have some good understanding. So we select this one, and those are our two accounts. Now the amount is 400. We type our 400 there, and the narration is owner investment. Owner investment. Now we need to get a test prediction onto here to save time. Owner investment. That's right, the document number is set. So we click on the device and save and close. Okay, that has been saved. Now very quickly, let's have a quick look at what has been recorded. That is transaction edit here. So this is the transaction we have recorded. This is a list of transactions recorded. Okay, and then now we're going to trace the double entry. We've looked at the document, the recording form. We're going to trace the double entry. Now in the double entry, we're going to trace it among the periodic tasks and reports, and then we're going to look for report P5. We shall look at these a little later. Now P5 is the general ledger. Now the general ledger by default comes with month 1 open. We need month 12. So we click the drop down, we scroll down to month 12. There we are, and we should be able to trace our transaction. Month 12. Now let us make it a little bit smaller to see our double entry. So account 205 was debited and account 271 was credited, and that's about it. Now, which reports are affected at their end? This is an investment of £400. So we are saying, okay, now we're going to the mini year-end reports checklist. found in module 2. We scroll down and we come down to mini. So the first report to look at is report B2, which is a balance sheet. We click that. Now I think at this stage we need to tilt our orientation to portrait to see the balance sheet properly. Though it's a little bit compressed, let's stretch that up there. That's better. And then we compress the report a bit. Okay, so we're seeing the 400. It increases the bank balance, and then below here, let's see, it's a credit entry onto the capital added account, and the balance sheet is balancing. The difference to investigate is a 0. That's the balance sheet. Now let's go back. Let's charge this laptop. The battery is running low. Okay, now let's go back and see which other reports. Now, notes to financial statements, that is B3. Let's have a very quick look at B3. Now, B3, it shows, let's see, let's condense this. This is B3, okay. Yeah, it's showing their end balances. Those are the 2 accounts affected. Now, we are saying this is the list of reports affected. In your free time, please have a look at this list. Okay, now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 reports affected by this. Let's have a quick look. Okay, now we can look at the bank account summary. L1 very quickly. L1 very quickly. L1 very quickly. We're going to see the 400 here. There we are. That's the 400. Okay. Now let's see. Let's go back. Let's have a very quick look at the capital. Let's have a quick look at the capital accounts. Yes. Let's have a quick look at the capital. That is report T2. Report T2 at the very bottom. Report T2. T2 capital accounts. So that's account 271. Let's see. Is it still generating? Okay, sorry, this is T2. No, there's something we haven't yet modified there. That should be, let's have a quick look. That T2, let's see, T2. Do we have a, yes, yeah, T2. We clicked the wrong button, that's why. So here we can see that account 271 has got the credit entry. Just like is indicated here, we've got about 7 reports that are affected by that transaction. So that one brings us to the end of the recording of an income, rather capital invested, money capital invested. Please get time and go through the video again, and in case you've got questions, please, we are available on Skype and by email. Thank you so much.